Okay, so you might remember that I acknowledged the possibility that I could have misinterpreted dancing when it comes to the ice. Maybe rather than the aurora, it could be when there's a snowstorm. And I opined that, well, the aurora is something that someone is much more likely to describe as dancing rather than a friggin' blizzard. I did look into things, and apparently the blizzard was the correct option. So, if you'll excuse me, if you excuse me a moment, I will go to where the kind internet has informed me that this bird is. No. Wait until there's a storm at least. I happen to know where the bird is too, so we don't need to spend forever looking around in different spots. We'll just make a beeline for the thing. And then we'll get on with our lives. It's not supposed to be not so bad, it's supposed to be bad. And we're going to be doing a lot more waiting soon as well. Come on, for the full moon again. Why does the weather just not change from day to day here? Okay, so bad snowstorm, let me triple check here. Okay, that is indeed what I need. Now then. I'll just dive alone. I believe it's over here. I think it was 1D? No. Well, yeah. D1. Is how the guy calls it, but yes. Okay. Off we go. Weirdly bright down here. For it being a ridiculously bad snowstorm up ahead. You won't think there'd be much light making its way down here. Alright. I believe it's just this coast right here. Also seems like the least likely time to expect to see a bird in the middle of a violent snowstorm. But yeah, sure. Alright, where are you, little dude? It's also the conditions in which you're most likely to miss the thing while actively looking for it. I've been told that the bird is here, and even then I can't really see where the bird could be. At this point I feel like I would have just said, nope, the bird's not here, and gone home. Where is this bird supposed to be? Oh, did I miss them the first time I looked over here? Maybe they were blocked by my diving stuff. Jeez. There. Oh, okay. Now we're talking to the aurora. How do you just fly through a storm like that? Alright, well, I'm out of here. We can look at our BCD that we just got, I guess. We do still have one dolphin from the depths to acquire. That's another thing to do right now. I may just beeline for the other blue bird encounter, though. Well, we need to be in the north, not the south. Also have a BCD to look at. I still not yet to understand what makes my cursor do this, and by that I mean... It always feels wrong saying cursor, because I feel like it's... it invokes the image of the cursor on a computer, but I am using an original Wii remote that's, I guess, 20 years old at this point, with a dolphin bar specifically as a sensor bar. Okay. Alright, sure. It's weird getting something relatively normal these days. Okay, let's head on up north. You got bird business today. I should probably dive with the dolphin just for the sake of getting around more quickly, since who knows which particular spot the bird might end up in. And this isn't a big place and there are only so many spots. Oh, great. It's not a big place and there are only so many places that we can service at, but even so. I wonder how much money I will or will not be getting from... the game says so if the aurora is visible, right? Not sure whether you can see it from this camera angle, because you can't look up. Same reason you can't see the moon, so you can't tell what the moon phase is. Bleh. But yeah, I wonder if I'll get much money and many visitors for the aquarium with all this time passing. The thing is, with me not actually going back to keep people interested in the exhibit, the number of people visiting might be dropping off. I've seen it drop off a bit, but only so much. Jeez. Just spending weeks on this raft here. Back to not so bad. Is clear weather always with visible aurora or not? I'm not sure. I should probably... I'm tempted to wait until noon. Because here at least, I don't know if it... I'm not certain that it tells you something if aurora is visible at night. If you wait until night. But if you wait until day... Jeez! If you wait until day... then it will tell you, hey, you'll be able to see the aurora at night. Yeah, it might be that you can always see the aurora if it's clear, it's just... I couldn't tell. Again, camera angle is not a help there. I did have that distinctive glow, but I wasn't sure. Okay, so... someone who can make me fast, please. I'll bring the narwhal back. And we'll do the rounds here. I'm on a bit of a mission today to not make any of these episodes this week unusually long. I'm not sure I've ever succeeded in that task, but I'm starting recording really late today. I really don't have time to spare. So I'm a bit more motivated than usual. So I saw the guide, but I have not read this part of the guide for what it's worth. I'm back to being blind now. But I saw the guide rationalize the location of the bird in the Antarctic by saying, oh hey, it's right next to where you first appear in this area the first time you enter this particular region, whatever you want to call it. first time you travel here. So I'm curious if that same logic will also hold here. I'm not seeing the bird here. But there's another spot that's right next to where we just were. There's another spot that's a bit equidistant to the only spot you can dive from in this area, so we'll check that one out next. Where is my narwhal? There have been cases where this little cinematic didn't play. I'm not sure what the difference is. I don't know if it doesn't play for certain dolphins, or if the issue was that it just doesn't play under other certain circumstances. Like depending on where you are in relation to other objects or something. Like maybe it skips the scene if... Oh, maybe it skips the scene if doing that would cause somebody to clip through an object or something. I'm not sure. But I would not mind skipping that scene. Like when the point is for me to go fast, the fact that it takes time to enter the fast state is actually rather undesirable. Alright, bird, I'm hunting you down. Where are you? This is not what I was hoping for. Okay. Give me a second. There you are. Alright, we had to look around a bit more. It's weird how there's just one landmark in the entirety of this area. Man, why is the bouncing so much worse than it used to be? There. Anyways. Maybe. And it's raining in the tropics. Alright. Over to South America, I guess. Why does this bird keep giving me clothes? I don't think there are that many spots you can go up on land in. Why is it the weather changes if I complete a dive, but usually not if I wait a day? Like the dive, presumably takes less than a day, right? I mean, it does take a whole day. It did in the first game, I think. Did diving the first game just make a change from day to night? I don't remember. Anyways, let's take a look at those pins. And then why not, we'll head on over to South America. We'll do what we can with this bird. Might be nice to kind of beeline on a particular plot thread for a little while instead of bouncing between things every single episode. That looked great. Amazing. They do match better. And the shark fins do kind of match color-wise, but otherwise aesthetically I'm not too fond of them. These do have I don't like the little red accents on this, just in the sense that nothing else I have has red accents. I don't like that. But I think we can go with that. I prefer just having white rather than, say, black, but... or this dark gray we have. Okay. Time for rain. Again. I think that was also a thing we had to worry about last time we were here. This game just really likes worrying about weather and the phase of the moon now. tend to skip these little introductory pans these days. They're kind of nice, though. Alright, we're here. Now let's proceed to do nothing for multiple days. I think there are only 2 types of weather here, if I remember correctly. I am wrong. There are 3 kinds of weather here. There's clear, there's not so bad, that is overcast, I guess, and there is rain. Oh. I'm holding the remote at an unusually shallow angle, so it seems to bounce around less that way, but then occasionally the line of sight to the sensor bar gets broken, and it just disappears entirely. The cursor, that is. Guys, my god. Cannot believe this. The weather's not very nice to me these days. Hey, whose blue flippers are those on the left? They're not mine. Dude. Kinda wish I could... I wish I didn't have to navigate the menu every time to wait until the next day. If I'm gonna be doing this so repeatedly. There we go, jeez. Alright, well, not a lot of places we can go here. As you can see, so I might as well just... I think they have to be on one of those 2 islands. I don't think there are any other spots we can get up to the surface on in this area. I don't think you can do it anywhere in the temple area. Does the music depend on the weather here or something? I'm not certain. Where's my dolphin? Locally sourced dolphin. Alright, cool. Off we go. Oh, the best visibility down here. Okay, because I'm looking off the end of the world, that's why. Also not the best visibility this way either. Water could be an interesting variety of colors. Here we have the famous brown. I feel like if there was another game that has Dive and Loch Ness or something like that. Get some nice black water. Of course, the water is supposed to be black because they used to dump tons of corpses in there or something, but that's another matter. I mean, heck, considering all the crazy mythological stuff that happens in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if stuff like that came up in another title if it just kept escalating further. I think I can surface here, can I? Oh, can I see the bird already or something? Or is something else happening? Was the bird going to be on somebody, or did I just accidentally find someone? Oh, cool, I'm not here for this. Oh, well, yeah, I noticed. I have the bite marks to prove it. You don't need to tell me that. It's kind of weird that they tell me, look, these guys are here. Well, yeah, they were always here. I've had to pass by them every time I came here. Well, I kind of learned that on my own. They only seem aggressive if they have children around them. And they aggress very suddenly. You don't have time to react. There's no, like, be cautious. It's just like, by the time they're angry at you, it's too late. Cool. Not what I was here for, but cool. Look at this beautiful view. Okay, there are only 2 places I can go here, I believe, so I have a 50-50 shot. Who knows how optimistic I have a right to be about that 50-50 shot, though. And there's a lot of roughage here that can impede my attempts to find the bird. There's just the one guy here, apparently. I was trying to, for a second I was trying to actually locate myself with respect to other stuff in this area, but unfortunately that's not really a thing you can do in this game. You're not in a specific spot. There's a second otter here as well. But yeah, unfortunately each spot you can go up on is not unique in this game, and thus it is not properly located with respect to all of its surroundings on the actual game map. I was looking for the other island, which is pretty close to it. I'll probably just swim through here on my own. Because we're so close, if I remember correctly, but I probably don't need the... Again, warning's a bit late. Probably got a bit closer to those guys than I should have, even if I couldn't see any children in the vicinity, but oh well. Alright, up we go. Hey. Going for you, bird. There you are. Just not step on anybody here. Just perched there. They're just sitting there. How can you even hear the bird through those? More full moons. No, you can't see when it's a full moon or not, man. Oh, red sandbank. I actually don't know where that is. Huh. That will be a mystery for another time, though. I found natural. What in the world is natural? It's a deep philosophical question. I don't know. Is it a thing you wear? Trendy shorts. And is this bird like making commentary on my fashion sense or something? We'll take a look at these properly once we get back to 9 ball, and then we'll call it here. And I'll return equipped with knowledge of where in the world to find this thing, because we're at the point where I probably shouldn't be spending large amounts of time, like entire episodes or whatever, chasing false leads on where things are. I do want to finish things, as much as I've been saying that for like over a month now, I think. The feelings are intensifying. But really, I don't remember how many things I even want to do anymore after the Bluebird and getting the last dolphins. And then, of course, you know, the million money, the million visitors, those will get taken care of too. But I'll handle those at the end. Hey, I actually did put on these slippers though. I did in fact get something from... okay. From that bird that I used. What do you think, my fashion sense dog? Very good. Alright, next time, more bird.